What's happening in New York? Not staying in New York. So look out, because the new mayor's war on the rich could go national. Welcome, everyone. I'm Melissa Francis, in for Neil Cavuto. The Big Apple's new mayor, Bill DiBlasio, laying out his agenda at the swearing-in yesterday.
Those earning between $500,000 and $1 million a year, for instance, would see their taxes increase by an average of $973 a year. That's less than $3 a day, about the cost of a small soy latte at your local Starbucks.
And now liberals everywhere are looking at New York and looking to spread the new mayor's message. They want to join DiBlasio and tax the rich and redistribute the wealth. John Mayfield and Sabrina Schaeffer say this stuff could make the economy even worse. Sabrina, let's start with you. Why do you think?
You know, it's funny. It's a new year, so I want to try to be optimistic. But what I really know is that I don't want to be resentful towards my neighbors who might make more money. I'm tired of the class warfare and the gender warfare, the racial warfare. What I want to see are long-term, sensible economic policies so that we can grow the pie for all Americans. And that's something that seems to be eluding DiBlasio as well as many other Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, John, it's definitely eluding our new mayor, and it seems like others are embracing it. Do you think it's spreading?
I don't think it is. Look, the idea has been around forever. Look, whenever things are bad, you want to get elected, go against the big fat CEO guy in the corner office, because nobody can defend that guy. What they're trying to do, though, is make the income inequality smaller, but not by bringing the poor up, by making the rich poorer, by redistributing wealth. Is exactly what Holland is trying to do in France. It has not been working yet, and so it's a matter of time to see if DiBlasio's popularity will continue to increase. If it is, this will spread.
But Sabrina, it feels like in New York especially, I mean, we're going back to the Dinkins days when you listen to the rhetoric. But I wonder, I mean, that story didn't turn out well. Everyone knew that. The city was riddled with crime. It was filthy. It was a tough place to do business. People were fleeing. But it seems like, have people forgot that, or do they think there's something different about this message now?
No, you're clearly right with this. I mean, I'm a product of a family that left New York in the 1970s to come to California because things were so bad. And I think one of the problems is we have a few decades of prosperity in New York. And look how wonderful New York is today, right? You can safely walk in Central Park. This is a great thing. But unfortunately, people seem to have forgotten that. And they think that any quick fix, universal pre-K or saving a failing hospital is going to be sufficient when we know that's not.
But John, I mean, so the president has been, it started with him. And, we've seen that for years now. And obviously, I mean, this is a validation of his policy, because they're saying DiBlasio is saying the same things, only even more intensely, and he was, after all, elected. So that does make me think that it's catching.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I hope that is wrong, Melissa. Look at how DiBlasio got elected. Most of the money was spent on Anthony Weiner and Christine Quinn not getting elected. So DiBlasio was never really vetted, and there was a very low voter turnout. So it wasn't like he had an overwhelming mandate. He's been going after Bloomberg, and I'm not sure that's very smart. We have the lowest major crime of any major city in the world right now, and he's talking about reversing some of those policies. I mean, he has a real uphill battle ahead of him, because the city is doing quite well right now. The only thing that he can pick at is income inequality, and I'm just not sure that's a winning
Sabrina,
ticket, especially because he doesn't have a mandate.
I mean, real quick, how do you convince people that redistributing wealth isn't a good thing if you're at the bottom? I mean, right now, it's a tough economy out there. It's easy to look at the other guy and say, why is he still doing well? The high-end real estate in New York is doing so well. Why don't you look at that and say, give that to poor people?
Right. Well, of course, we all want to do whatever we can to ease the burdens of people who are in need. But I think the failure of the Obamacare rollout right now is reminding many more Americans that when government promises things for free, when they make it sound like they can do a quick fix, a silver bullet, it's not quite the case. And that this money doesn't just come out of thin air. This comes out of the economy. The government doesn't own money of its own, right? This money has to come from somewhere. And when you take it from that wealthy person, it's coming out of the economy. So this is not the most efficient or effective route to prosperity.
Yeah, they don't make or manufacture anything. They just take tax dollars from other people who have worked. Thank you so much to both of you for coming on.
Thank you.
So the pastor